Hi, boys. It's Dr. Webster here with a couple of short stories to share for the week of April 6th. I'm recording this on Sunday, April 5th at our house. Here's another pigeon story. Don't let the pigeon stay up late, with the words and pictures by Mo Williams. I know I love these pigeon stories. I think many of you guys do too. Oh, good. It's you. Listen. It's getting late and I need to brush my teeth. Can you do me a favor? Don't let the pigeon stay up late. Thanks. First of all, I'm not even tired. Have you ever said that? In fact, I'm in the mood for a hot dog party. What do you say? No. No hot dog party tonight. I hear there's a good show about birds on TV tonight. Should be very educational. How about 5 more minutes? Come on, what's 5 minutes in the grand scheme of things? Pigeon's trying to come up with any reason at all to stay up late. Yawn. What? You think Pigeon's starting to get a little bit tired, maybe? I'm not tired! You know, we never get to talk anymore. Tell me about your day. So now Pigeon's trying to be cute. Oh, I've got a great idea. We could count the stars. Actually, that does sound like a pretty great idea. Can I have a glass of water? Studies show that pigeons hardly need any sleep at all. It's the middle of the day in China. I'll go to bed early tomorrow night instead. Hey, ho, ho, this here pigeon just won't go. Please. My bunny wants to stay up too. You can't say no to a bunny, can you? What do you think? Could you say no to a bunny? Yawn. It's making me sleepy. Okay, that was not a yawn. I was stretching. I'm 110% awake. You haven't heard the last of me. Uh-oh. What do you think? Great work. Thanks. And Pigeon falls asleep. And now, some more George and Martha stories. First story is the dance recital. George and Martha were having a disagreement. I think dancing is dumb, said George. Dancing is not dumb, exclaimed Martha. Dancing is fun, and if you don't come to my dance recital, I'll be very angry. So, of course, George went to Martha's recital. I'm going to hate this, he said to himself. So if your teachers have ever talked with you about a growth mindset, that is not a growth mindset. But let's see what happens. But what a surprise for George. Martha's dance of the happy butterfly was so impressive. Dancing looks like fun, said George. The next day, George went to dancing class. You see, said Martha, dancing is fun. Notice it says that on the wall too. The beach. Wonder if you all remember this one. One day, George and Martha went to the beach. I love the beach, exclaimed Martha. So do I, said George. However, we must be sure to put on our suntan lotion. What we would call that now is sunscreen, because you don't really want the sun to make your skin burn. But Martha refused to put on her suntan lotion. You'll be sorry, George called out. Oh, pooh, said his friend. You're a fuss budget, George. Martha was having such a lovely time. The next day, Martha had a terrible sunburn. She felt all hot and itchy, but George never said, I told you so, because that's not what friends are for. The last story is called The Garden. Martha was so discouraged. Her garden was an ugly mess of weeds. I just don't seem to have a green thumb, she sobbed. Do you know what it means when we say to have a green thumb? It doesn't mean your thumb is really green. It just means you're good at growing things in the garden. So you can make things green or other colors grow in your garden. George hated to see Martha so unhappy. He wanted to help. Suddenly, George had a splendid idea. He went to the florist and bought all the tulips in the shop. Tulips were Martha's favorite flowers. Can you predict what George is going to do with those tulips? That's what good readers do. They make predictions in their head before they turn the page. Very quietly, George crept into Martha's garden and stuck the tulips in the ground. But just then, Martha happened to look out the window. That seems to happen a lot in George and Martha stories. Somebody just happens to notice what the other one's doing. Oh dear, said George, you're always catching me. But Martha was so pleased. Dear George, she said, I would much rather have a friend like you than all the gardens in the world. Why do you think Martha said that to George? Why would she much rather have a friend like him than all the gardens in the world? Think about that, and think about what kinds of friends George and Martha are and what kind of friend you are.